So give us some tip on how do you... I want 100, but you can just go with one. One tip on how you get your kids to think.
I ask them to.
You think.
No, you ask them a question.
Right? You've asked them a question. Okay.
So I'm going to use my son, Max. So, Max, do you think you did a good job mowing the lawn? Right? I'm not judging the lawn. Yeah. He's judging the lawn. Mm-hmm. Aaron, do you think this is acceptable? Erin is my daughter, and she does a lot of graphics for me. She does a lot of my video editing, a lot of memes that I put on Facebook and social media. And I have a very high standard because I'm a divine child of God. Yeah. And we don't do crappy work. Mm-hmm. It's held to a very perfect standard. In fact, the other day, I just spent $100 on new business cards. I went back and said, this is unacceptable. Mm-hmm. I will not accept these. These are not to my standard of excellence. Yeah. And they had to redo them. Yeah. Because I won't do something substandard because I'm a divine child of God. And so all I do is ask my daughter and I say, Erin, is this something that a divine child of God would do?
Mm-hmm. Well, now what are you going to do?
And then it's they choose. And a lot of times a student will look at something, or my students would bring papers to me all the time, and I'd say, really, how long did this take you? Oh, that took 2 weeks. Really? Do you have integrity? Yeah. Okay, so let me ask it again. We're going to erase that. Mm-hmm. Let's erase that. We're going to start all over. Timmy, how long did you work on this paper? 5 minutes. Yeah, I thought so. I bet you could do better, couldn't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. So you ask. So often, because we're the parent or because we're the teacher, we have this belief that we have to have all the answers. Mm-hmm. The dumber you get, the smarter your kids get. And it's really tough to go, I don't know, let's look. Mm-hmm. I set it up in my classroom all the time because I wanted my students to view me as not having all the answers. So we did dictionary moments all the time in my classroom. My first few years of teaching, remember the overheads? Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember. Yeah. I would take those overhead sheets home and write out all my notes for the next day because I wanted to be perfect. I didn't want to misspell anything. But that's not teaching. Right. And then a student would ask a question, and I didn't want to go there because I was afraid. What if I misspell it? Right? Yeah. And so I came clean. I said, hey, you know what? I have dyslexia. I have all kinds of spelling issues. I have all these issues, and we're just going to work together, and we're going to go with it. And I found that, and I said, if you see something wrong, call my attention to it. We'll fix it. Yeah. Or I'd ask a question. I'd use a word, and they wouldn't know what it was. I say, anybody know what it is? No? Perfect. Dictionary moment, right? And I'd go over to the shelf, pull off the dictionary, say, here, Timmy, you get to find it. Yeah. Right? Let them know that you don't have, and a lot of times they'd say, you don't know what it means. And I'd say, what if I don't? I just used a word I may not know the exact meaning to. Let's look it up and see what it means. Yeah. Right? And that's so much more authentic, I think. And they engage you more. Oh, she's not trying to be this. She's not being facetious. Right. I'm not cramming information down their throat. Yeah. I'm laying it out on the table. Yeah. Yeah. Because who wants food crammed down their throat? Yeah. Nobody. I want you to lay me out the Thanksgiving spread. I love it. And invite me. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Invite me. I love that. Yeah. So let's look up faggot in the dictionary. What's it mean? A bundle of wood. Sticks. Bundle of sticks. Yeah. Really? Oh. Really? Well, look right here. Yeah. It's black and white. Exactly. What does gay mean? Happy. You seem pretty happy to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am. So thank that person for calling you gay. You don't have to keep that label on you, right? You can keep it on you and be proud or not. Yeah. I talk about one of my students in my book, and she was talking about how she got called a bitch. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, wait a minute. That's a female dog. Dogs bark. Bark is on trees. I love trees. Okay. All right. That works. Right? I mean, this just crazy word association and it didn't faze her. Wow. Somebody called her purple and she knew she was black and white and she didn't care. And it was all okay. Yeah, that's beautiful.
To be notified of our newest YouTube videos, be sure to click the subscribe button here. Head over to our new website for the latest gifts and promotions. For more videos like this one, click this playlist here.